Yo, 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 what is good? This is Command and Conquer Fitness. My name is Avi. Today I'm going to be bringing you a video on emotional intelligence versus emotional non-reactivity. Now, why should you care about this video? Well, firstly, these are both incredibly useful skills. However, there's lots of videos on YouTube covering these two topics, so the real reason that you should be watching this is reason number 2, which is that in my experience and with many other guys I've talked to, these ideas can appear contradictory. However, as you and I will figure out and explore in today's video, not only are these ideas not contradictory, but they are actually complementary, and there is a greater paradox of truth underlying the apparent contradiction. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's clarify definitions of these two concepts. So over here we've got emotional intelligence. To me, emotional intelligence means that you are critically inspecting your social environment and using that information, that emotional data, to inform your decisions, to improve your decision-making process. Now, what do I mean by social environment? 1, the people around you. How are they feeling? You're consciously monitoring that. You're actively monitoring that in real time. 2, logistics about the venue. So literally, what's going on? Did the DJ just hop off the show? Did they just close the bar? Are they serving food at this time? Things like that. Just logistics, details about literally the material environment around you. And 3, how these two things that we just talked about, the people and the venue, how those two things change with respect to time. So that's emotional intelligence in a nutshell. Of course, it's much more complicated than that. That's just literally the nutshell. That's the summarized synopsis, whatever word you want to use. Emotional non-reactivity is really kind of the don't give a fuck attitude. Let's say that you're really passionate about basketball. Let's say you're on the high school basketball team, you play every single day, you dream of becoming an NBA professional one day, right? So you're practicing every single day, and as with any other passion or challenge quest, as I like to call them, a quest to do something, to achieve a goal, something that you're very passionate about, something you're excited about, something that you want to do because you know that you love it and because you know that it's going to force you to manifest virtues and exemplify virtues inside of yourself that, 1, you're not doing right now, and that you want to become, that you want to exemplify in the future. That's why you're pursuing the goal, and because you love what you're doing. You just generally love the act for the sake of the inherent joy present in the activity itself, right? But as with any one of those challenge quests, following your passion, there is going to be inevitable difficulties, hardships, adversity, right? What do you do when this adversity presents itself to you? What do you do in the face of hardship and difficulty and emotional turmoil, negative emotions, right? Do you while up in the corner like a little baby and cry about it? Do you let it deter you from your path? Do you let it slow you down and impede your progress? The emotional non-reactive person says no. They give a big fuck you to negative emotions and they say, you know what? I'm going to allow myself to feel this emotion, but I am going to actively choose. I'm going to consciously choose how I respond to this emotion, and therefore the emotion is not affecting their outer behavior. They are still in the driver's seat of their life's car. You know what I mean? They're still driving to their destination. The emotion sucks. It's like a really annoying passenger, but they're still going where they want to go. Now, these two things are seemingly contradictory, and here's why. Let's say we had a Venn diagram. Just, big circle, another couple circles. Over here we've got emotional intelligence. Over here we've got emotional non-reactivity. How are these things similar? What is the mutually inclusive territory here? Well, with emotional intelligence, you are critically inspecting your social environment, right? Therefore, those emotions are inside of you. They're affecting your internal world, so to speak. You're actually consciously thinking about them, and they're changing, like literally the way that you're thinking about things in real time with regard to other people, the venue, and again, how those things change with respect to time. You're consciously and actively thinking about these things and how you kind of fit in with all this. How you kind of, how do I say this? How you're a part of the bigger picture. Like what role do you play? That's what I was trying to get at. What role do you play in this bigger interaction between the people around you, the venue, and how those things change with respect to time? It's therefore affecting your internal world. However, or not however, simultaneously with the emotional non-reactivity example, you're going to be feeling negative emotions. And of course, those affect your internal world too. We're not robots. We are human beings. Just because it doesn't change the emotionally non-reactive person's outer behavior, they feel that difficulty on the road to becoming a great basketball player. Maybe they're struggling with their dribbling, right? Maybe there's just one dribbling maneuver that they either have never done before, or if they have, they're just simply not competent enough yet, or they're not as competent as they would like. That's a difficulty. That evokes or elicits a negative emotion inside the person. So therefore, it is affecting your internal world. Just like in the emotional intelligence case, it's both of them. They're both affecting our internal world. They both influence the emotions inside of us. So that's the mutually inclusive ground in the Venn diagram. However, where these two ideas are not contradictory but complementary and different from each other are with emotional intelligence, it actually is you're critically inspecting your environment so that you can better inform your decisions, and therefore it is affecting your outer behavior. You're using that stimuli, that emotional data, to direct and guide your decisions in a beneficial and helpful way, not only for yourself, but for the people around you. And therefore, it is definitively affecting your course of action for the rest of the night, week, whatever the context is, right? In this case, we were talking about a night. I was kind of insinuating that a guy was like at a club or some social event, right? The venue, right? So it is affecting your outer behavior. Emotional non-reactivity, however, differs in the way that even though you're feeling this excruciating pain inside of you, or you're feeling negative emotions, you're feeling torment, you're feeling any kind of adversity inside of you, you're going to just be feeling like frustrated, a little bit pissed off, maybe a little bit depressed, a little bit demoralized. Whatever the negative emotion is, you're going to be feeling that negative emotion, but the non-reactive person maintains their perseverance. They maintain their commitment. They continue to push, grind every single day. They continue to fight. They do not give up. They remain persistent. They persist every single day. They continue to apply themselves, and they continue to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to put on my problem-solving hat. I'm going to put on my engineering hat, and I'm really going to contemplate. I'm really going to deliberate and think about how I can formulate an intelligent and a well-informed decision, or a well-informed solution to this problem. And they don't let it affect their outer behavior. They maintain that same pace, or maybe they even push it even harder. They say, fuck the negative emotion, dude. I'm gonna overcome this even more, dude. This is a call for me to become a man. This is a call for me to become greater, something greater. This is a call for me to bring those virtues out inside myself, to manifest those virtues in me. Maybe they even get motivated from the negative emotion. That is the ultimate virtue, the ultimate benefit of emotional non-reactivity. When you get to the point where negative emotions, they still feel like shit, but they actually motivate you to push even harder, and they actually bring out the best in your outer behavior. And that's where the two things differ, is that in the emotional non-reactivity case, the emotion does not affect your outer behavior. In the emotional intelligence case, it does affect your outer behavior. However, that doesn't mean these are contradictory or opposing ideas, like these are clashing in intense conflict. No, in fact, it just means they're simply different, but actually, as you can see now, very harmonious and very complementary ideas, and both essential skills to have in your toolbox to be able to pull out in any situation, both short-term, long-term, and add to not only your life, augment your life, but the people around you as well, to make it a win-win situation for everyone. And that's it in one take, baby. Let's friggin' go. Let's go, baby. I hope you got a lot out of this. Thanks for watching. This is Command and Conquer Fitness. My name is Avi, signing out.